believe it should be something more for Gunko's eyes and Guro's eyes. To me, it should be something more or different than just you're able to read the poneglyphs as well. Because to me, that shouldn't fully factor for Emu. Why would he knows the history.
Throughout the series, we've seen many unique eyes, but for the most part, they never seem to carry any real significance. The one major exception has always been the three-eyed tribe, as Sebastian had mentioned.
He keeps Gunko in the flower room with him.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the same way Pudding was right next to Big Mom. Like, yo, that eye awakened?
Right.
He pulled up to the island. Oh, you had another kid? All right, let's see what's up. Because if those eyes are awakened, we can see the future. I need to know if I have to do this or that to adjust it. The note about the irises is interesting, though. So Gurou mentions that Emu values these irises, how rare they are, and that he was never able to awaken them. And then Emu suddenly cuts him off when he's speaking. So it made me really wonder about that. What would awakening them mean? Is it possible that they would be able to read the poneglyphs or ancient texts? Do Emu and the Garce know how to even read the ancient texts? I was like, I've never really thought of that before. Do they have the ability to read them? I think we might have gotten a super chat in the past, but in general, obviously it has a subtle hints or reminders of the three-eyed tribe and their awakening eyes that would be able to do the same thing I just suggested. Her eyes being what they are and Emu seemingly valuing her so much reminds me of Big Mom with Pudding. Because when we first see Big Mom, Pudding is right there in the throne room. And every time she sees Pudding, she asks her about whether or not she awakened her eyes because she's valuing the ability to read the poneglyphs. So I'm wondering if Emu he came all the way here to collect. Like, he came himself to be a part of this because Gurou had another child or whatever. Made me think, are there other kids of his out there that Emu's also come firsthand to collect? You know what I mean? Like, is this standard operating procedure? Anytime this dude might have a kid out there, I'm pulling up because I got to see those eyes. I thought that was really interesting. And to me, that level of importance for him, maybe he did eventually awaken them, and it could be why he's the man marked by flames. I don't know. But hey, man.
I'm going to just flip the table,
listen,
bro. I'm
it's
flipping
all
the table,
possible
bro.
till it ain't.
Imagine I was like,
It's all possible.
I hate this Birdman scarf.
Is the flame the cigarette he's smoking?
I don't know, man.
Right, thank you, Marv.
know, man.
Marv is like me. He's trying to find out where the connection is, bro. People just saying things.
Listen, it's all possible until it ain't, sir.
Damn, yo.
I will say, like, this eye thing that, Brooke stumbled about seeing it because this is clearly Gunko's real biological father and how Emo has an interest in this. To me, that opens up because this is like maybe the third, I'm going to use 3 off memory. We see Emo has different eyes of his own. Right, I wonder if that has some type of thing to it, power or whatever. We see Mihawk has similar eyes and Karibo. They all kind of resemble the same eyes. I wonder if there's something special about those eyes, the same way as Pudding has the third eye and there's something special ability right here. To me, I think it's more than just poneglyphs because why would this eye be able to read just this translation? I believe it's something where it allows you to read that translation. Also, so it probably means you could read all different types of languages for Pudding's eye, whatever, right? So like I said before, I wonder if that opens up for other categories of eyes that Mihawk, Karibo, and Emo have in itself. And also makes me I believe it should be something more for Gunko's eyes and Gurou's eyes. To me, it should be something more or different than just you're able to read the poneglyphs as well. Because to me, that shouldn't fully factor for Emu. Why would he knows the history.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe
does
he knows.
he know where the One Piece is?
Well, that's
you
what
know I'm saying. Like,
I don't know if he knows where the One Piece is, but to me, I think Emu kind of lived the history. So he may or may not know it, but to me, I feel like it should be something different or more for Emu for looking for someone like the pirates are looking for Laugh-Tail. I don't think Emu's looking for it. I think he's more like trying to pretend. Yeah, maybe you could read the Poneglyphs as well, but I believe I want it to be more something different, something grander for Emu. Instead of you're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. Right? Because also to me, I feel like with all your resources, 800 years, if Emo wanted to find it, he would have already. It's been 800 years and you haven't found it. Gold Roger did it in
that's true, actually.
Gold Roger did it in like 57.
That's true.
Well, what if he can't read the poneglyphs, Lawrence? How you gonna find it?
Hold on.
That's the point.
Hold on.
If you can't read them.
From what Oda said, he said if Akainu wanted to find the One Piece, he could find it in 1 year.
But that would be him having to collect some poneglyph reader on the way.
Right. But if Emu tried to do it, he could probably do it in like 6 months, less than that. You know what I'm saying? So
maybe.
Lawrence has a point. He's had 800 years.
Honestly, I believe Emu could probably speak that language.
Maybe.
He might be able to speak that language on the polyglyph.
Talk that
I think
talk.
so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be.
I
able
wouldn't be surprised if you know how to spoke it.
It's an ancient language, right?
To. Yeah,
Yeah.
Why wouldn't
you know.
This chapter may have completely changed how we view eyes in One Piece forever. Throughout the series, we've seen many unique eyes, but for the most part, they never seem to carry any real significance. The one major exception has always been the Three-Eyed Tribe. As Sebastian had mentioned, the Three-Eyed Tribe is a race of three-eyed humanoids. We've never seen a full-blooded member of the race. Let me just point that out. And the only known person with that lineage is Charlotte Pudding, who is half human and half three-eyed. Because of her heritage, Big Mom stated that Pudding has the potential to awaken a power unique only to the Three-Eyed Tribe. That power is believed to grant the ability to hear the voice of all things, or see it in this way, because they got the eyes and stuff, giving members of the race the potential to decipher and read the poneglyphs. I don't know about other languages, but I wouldn't doubt that that's also within their range. How this power awakens remains completely unknown. Big Mom didn't even know if Pudding can do it. They didn't know what could initiate it. Since Pudding is only half three-eyed as well, it's also unclear whether she'll ever be able to awaken it. And this is where I'm leading to. Now we're introduced to Princess Shuri. We've learned that Shuri's eyes are also extraordinary because she possesses bipolar irises, an incredibly rare trait, so rare that Emu himself desires her because of it. Shuri's biological father, Gurou, possesses the same eyes, yet he admitted that his power never awakened. That suggests Shuri may have the potential to succeed where he could not. That raises 4 major questions for me. The first one, what power do bipolar irises awaken? Second, when does that power awaken? Third, can someone with mixed lineage awaken it? And then finally, why does Emu want Shuri so much? Let's start with the first question. I believe the awakened ability of bipolar irises is the power to perceive the future. Last chapter, Sebastian had mentioned that Brooke remarked that when it began to rain, it was almost as if Shuri could see into the future. In other words, it felt as though she had predicted what was about to happen. Many people interpreted that as observation hockey, or even advanced observation hockey's future sight. However, I'm beginning to think it's something entirely different. Rather than seeing a few seconds ahead like future sight allows, perhaps Shuri could glimpse future events long before they occur. We've already seen similar abilities in One Piece. We have Madame Charlie, who's Arlong's sister, who could foresee major events through her crystal ball that Roger asked her about. And then we have the ancient children from ancient Elbaf, who created the One Piece mural, who saw into the future as well. Now, for the second question. When does the bipolar iris ability awaken? This may be a stretch on my part. I'm going to say it up front. But it's interesting to compare Shuri and Pudding. When discussing Pudding's potential eye-related ability, one detail often gets overlooked: her age. Pudding is currently 16 years old. When Brooke commented that Shuri seemed capable of seeing the future, Shuri was 15. If Oda is intentionally drawing a parallel, perhaps eye-based abilities across different races begin awakening around the age of 15 or shortly afterward, that makes sense. The third question is whether half-bloods can awaken these powers. Right now, I lean toward yes, but I'm not completely convinced. It's possible that mixed blood descendants simply awaken their abilities later, or perhaps they can never access the full potential of their eyes because they don't possess a pure bloodline. We've seen pure bloodlines. We've seen what they could do, especially with somebody like Loki. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Haruden, who happens to be mixed. One is clearly different than the other. Finally, the biggest question of them all. Why does Emu want Shuri? Before leaving Mary Joa, I don't know if you guys remember, Emu declared that everything is preordained. In other words, every outcome and every event has already been decided, fixed, and cannot be changed through human choice. Yet, despite claiming to believe in fate, Emu still traveled to Elbaf. That leaves us with 2 possibilities. Either Emu believes fate already guarantees his victory, meaning he has nothing to fear, or he is actively attempting to challenge fate by creating new choices that could alter the future, which would call back to Future Sight with Katakuri on Whole Cake Island. That's where Shuri may become the key. If bipolar irises truly grant the ability to foresee future events, then possessing Shuri would give Emu the opportunity to change what she sees before it comes to pass. That could explain why a half-blood celestial dragon has been granted the highest form of covenant that excludes the Gorosei members at this point. If Shuri could reveal the future, then controlling her may be Emu's greatest weapon against fate itself. And we know that fate is heavily tied to the Black Bear Pirates too. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning. Mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light, no. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shouty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know we ballin' all winner.
Bro, I love that for a couple reasons. So one, it made me think back to the Future Sight thing you were talking about from a couple chapters ago. But it also made me think back to something Gonko said in the current storyline. I don't know if you remember when she was doing battle with the Straw Hats. She said something that I always was like, yo, this is like kind of profound for somebody who's like kind of just like seemingly an underling of Emu. She says something along the lines of, one day the world as we know it will cease to exist, or so we thought. But a small number of humans realized it and warned the world of the danger. And now it's unstoppable. No one can stop it. The countdown has begun. A vast war will ensue and drag the entire world into it. And which side the giants pledge their allegiance to will have a profound effect on the outcome of the war. So she's speaking in future tense about what's to come, which I always just chalked up as like...
That to me is saying she could perceive multiple events according to certain choices.
Yeah, but if she does have this future vision or can see the future and is still speaking in this way, it's because she knows whatever we do now will have an impact on that moment that I'm already seeing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like she's envisioning Ragnarok. She's envisioning the end of the world. The world we know it will cease to exist. But she's like, I'm taking the action that Emu's asking of me to either prevent it or have it go the way that we need it to go for our side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least with the concept of what you were just speaking to, it made me think back to that moment. So I had to go back and find it. It's chapter 1146. So
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, I thought you were going to bring, I was immediately thought,
no,
like,
I didn't bring it up because I didn't think that far back. It's clicking now, right?
Bro, I absolutely love that. And again, I thought the same thing that you were thinking. Could Emu just read this already? Would it just be the same thing that's already happening with Pudding, whatever? I love this element, being able to perceive the future, because it's already something that does exist in the space.
It does.
But like not to the degree that, or at least not somebody that Emu's ever had real interaction with. Like he doesn't know about Madame Charlie, I don't think.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, if you could get a hold of an ability like that, Emu would 1000% value that. And then, like we were talking about, he keeps Gunko in the flower room with him.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the same way Pudding was right next to Big Mom. Like, yo, that eye awakened?
Right.
He pulled up to the island. Oh, you had another kid? All right, let's see what's up. Because if those eyes are awakened, we can see the future. I need to know if I have to do this or that to adjust it.
You see when they came, though.
Even then, that gives even bigger focal point to Emu coming to Elbath because Gunko's there. Hold on.
I can't lose her.
I can't lose that one.
As soon as she got frozen,
You know what I'm
he was
saying?
like,
He said,
all right,
"Man,
I'm out.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, he did kind of snipe her a little bit. I don't know if that was to free her or what. Like when he shot the...
I think it was to free her.
I
Try
think
her.
he was trying to free her.
But you got my mind really running now with this one, bro. So I think that's fire.
Because it's like, why did he come when she was at this certain age? It has to be probably around that time. Also, it seems like Gurou just found out that his kid existed on this island. How did they find that out? I think that's the biggest question for me so far, because that doesn't make sense. But they found out clearly when King Reuven announced to the people, like, oh, they're asking for 1,000 slaves. So it's very interesting to view it in that light. And Lawrence was saying, like, well, different eye users could do different abilities. And I started to think about different races. So just because you're a different race, you can manipulate a certain element. So fishmen can manipulate water. Lunarians can manipulate fire. Minks can manipulate electricity. You get what I mean? So it's like if you have different eyes, you can do different ocular powers now.
Does that mean Emu's scared of the future?
Terrified of it.
I think yes and no. Because if he has somebody like Shuri that's on his side and capable of seeing multiple futures, he could then do certain actions to reach a specific future where he knows this is possible. So if Shuri is like, well, this is the most likely event that's going to happen based on if we don't do anything, this is what's going to happen. He's like, okay, so what if I do this action? What's going to happen? And she goes, okay, this is going to happen then. Without any like analytical skills, without any guesswork, it's just immediate A to B.
I'm thinking of two things. I'm thinking of Doctor Strange, like head turning when he's in thinking about the outcomes.
14,501,000, and out of the one, he figured it
But
out.
I'm also thinking about Back to the Future too, when Biff she reads the almanac and creates the best possible future for himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Larry, you know another piece here? Yo, you really got my mind running, bro. Her devil fruit.
It's
The
arrows.
arrows, it directs, this is the future. Like, this is going to happen.
Ah.
Remember? Like, that's how she explained it. Like, no matter what, when I push this arrow, this is the future.
And every devil fruit matches the user's personality.
Or something special about them. Bro, you cooking, bro.
And
I'm
That's a good
so
one.
serious.
That's a good one.
And to go back into your question, Marv, is like, and Larry said it's both. I believe it also is both because you look at it too. Emo says
History repeats
repeat
itself.
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 Yeah, later in the chapter.
Yeah, history repeats itself, right? Like if you also learn that, because you think about what happened. He fought Joe Boy, Nika, or whatever, you know, but a war
Dozen.
happened. Emo's kind of saying that this is going to happen again. We're already seeing the glimpses of it because Luffy waking the Nika fruit and he's supposed to be the whatever. But also, too, the point of this, with the little we understand about it, is kind of pointing to this as well.
Yes.
It's pointing to the future that this is going to happen.
That's dope.
And Odin wrote this is going to happen from the future he saw whatever from his wife. Emus knows, like he may believe he's going to win it, but he knows it's going to repeat itself. I'm going to have to deal with all this all over again. I'm going to have to go against another Nika, another Joy Boy, another Dozen,
yeah.
Ragnar,
Do
Dozen,
you
all of that.
think that he thinks I can't kill Luffy because I'll just create another Roger? Because every time he's killed a Roger, or a Roger has been killed, it's inspired another guy to come up and become the next Roger.
I'll be honest, I don't think Joy Boy inspired anybody, bro.
No, but I mean, does he think I can't kill the main guy because that's just going to inspire the next guy to come up?
You know what it is? It probably grants him another 800 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna be
What
honest,
he
bro.
needs
You
to
have
do
space.
is start taking them out in less grand fashion.
Yeah.
Like you gotta don't let Roger speak on the platform.
Don't put it on
don't
TV.
let you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop broadcasting stuff like this to the world.
Well,
Like
he-
just take them out in silence.
Or what he needs to do, you target Blackbeard, and then now when you take them out, you take their ability away. Because like when you take them out, their ability goes somewhere else and responds somewhere else.
That's
you lose
true.
that.
It's
But
like
if you
a
ta-
losing battle, even if you win.
Exactly. But if you have something like Blackbird's ability or Blackbird in control, dude, you win, you take the ability win. Now the ability's in your hands.
Tommy Reversey Blackbeard.
I mean, maybe the devil fruit that Emu has is probably just a better version of the Yami anyway. I don't think he probably would need Blackbeard's fruit.
Well, I don't know if he's taking other people's fruits from them with his ability. Like he might
wouldn't-
be able to grant.
I wouldn't think that he
ability.
wasn't. He handing out devil fruits at this point with his abilities.
I wonder who he would give like the Nimhog to or the Nika fruit to.
Nobody.
I'm not
Did you
trusting
not think about
it? It's
I
nobody.
can't trust none of y'all
He
giants.
ain't
trusting
more,
nobody,
man.
bro.
Harold already sold that. Bro.
Nobody,
Jeez,
bro.
man. I think he even said it. Yo, they are the D clan. That's
Yeah.
what it is over there.
Yeah.
They the ops.
Yeah, this was a crazy like realization for me. I was like, ooh, this is wild. And then the additions of everybody on the panel saying something with y'all.
Yeah, that was a good connection. I didn't even
Crazy.
think about that.